Shadows of Perception. Rumi's Elephant in the Dark Room. Once upon a time, in a bustling town brimming with lively markets and vibrant streets, there existed a mysterious dark room. This room was the setting for a peculiar experiment orchestrated by the town's wisest sage. In this room, standing majestically yet unseen, was an enormous elephant. The sage, known for his deep understanding of human nature, had devised a plan to teach the townspeople a valuable lesson. He invited individuals from various walks of life to enter the dark room, one by one, to experience and describe what they encountered. The first visitor was a renowned scholar, a man whose mind was always racing with thoughts and theories. He stepped into the inky darkness of the room and reached out, his hand brushing against the elephant's trunk. "Ah, this is like a great serpent," he proclaimed confidently when he emerged, his voice filled with the certainty of his discovery. Next came a local merchant, known for his keen sense of touch from handling fabrics and goods. He cautiously entered the room, and his hands found the elephant's ear. "No, no," he argued when he exited. "It is more like a fan, spreading wide and thin." The third visitor was a farmer with rough, calloused hands from years of tilling the soil. He felt his way through the dark until his hands grasped the elephant's sturdy leg. "You are both mistaken," he declared, his voice resolute. "It is like a sturdy tree trunk, unyielding and strong." Following him was an elderly woman with a gentle and nurturing touch. She navigated the darkness until her hands met the broad, flat side of the elephant. "You are all wrong," she said softly upon re-emerging. "It is like a vast wall, expansive and immovable." The townspeople gathered outside the dark room, each visitor's description only serving to fuel the growing debate. They argued and debated, each convinced of their own truth, their voices rising in a cacophony of dissent. Yet, the room remained dark, and the true nature of the elephant continued to elude them all. Word of the disagreement soon reached the sage, who decided it was time to intervene. He visited the dark room himself, observing the chaos and discord among the townspeople. With a calm and knowing smile, he addressed the crowd. "My dear friends," the sage began, his voice soothing and wise, "each of you has touched upon a part of the truth, but none have seen the whole. You have felt only fragments of the elephant, yet you argue as if you know its entirety. Let us bring light into this room so that all may see the elephant in its true form." With that, the sage lit a lantern, casting a warm, golden glow throughout the dark room. The visitors, who had been so certain of their individual truths, now stood in awe as the full form of the elephant was revealed to them. They saw the trunk, the ears, the legs, and the broadside, each part fitting together to create a magnificent whole. Realization dawned upon them, and they understood how limited their individual perceptions had been. The sage gathered the townspeople around him and spoke again. "You see," he said, "truth is like this elephant. Each of you perceived only a part of it, shaped by your own experiences and understanding. But it is only when we come together, share our insights, and open our minds to the perspectives of others that we can begin to grasp the whole. Let this be a lesson in humility and the importance of seeking knowledge beyond our own limited view." The townspeople, humbled and enlightened by the sage's words, left the room with a newfound respect for the complexity of truth. They carried the sage's wisdom with them, vowing to approach each new experience with curiosity and a willingness to listen. In the days that followed, the lesson of the elephant in the dark room spread throughout the town. People began to share their thoughts and experiences more openly, seeking to understand rather than to argue. They found that by combining their individual insights, they could achieve a deeper and more comprehensive understanding of the world around them. The marketplace became a hub of lively discussions, with merchants, scholars, farmers, and elders all contributing their unique perspectives. The town thrived on this newfound sense of community and shared wisdom. Even the children, who had once played games of competition, now engaged in collaborative activities, learning the value of teamwork and mutual respect. The sage continued to guide the townspeople, reminding them of the lesson whenever disputes arose. He would often take them back to the dark room, now illuminated by the lantern, and remind them of the elephant that had once divided them. This reminder served to ground them in their shared humanity and the importance of unity in diversity. Years passed, and the town became known far and wide for its wisdom and harmony. Travelers from distant lands would visit, eager to learn the secret of the town's success. They, too, were told the story of the elephant in the dark room and the sage's profound lesson. One day, a young traveler, curious and eager to learn, approached the sage. "Master," he asked, "how did you come to understand this great truth about the nature of perception and unity?" The sage, his eyes twinkling with the light of 1,000 lessons, replied, "My young friend, the journey to understanding is a lifelong quest. It requires an open heart, a curious mind, and the humility to accept that our individual truths are but pieces of a larger puzzle. I have learned from each person I have met, just as you have learned from the story of the elephant. The key is to remain ever curious and ever willing to listen." The young traveler nodded, absorbing the sage's wisdom. As he left the town, he carried the lesson with him, ready to share it with others on his journey. And so, the story of the elephant in the dark room continued to spread, a timeless reminder of the power of collective wisdom and the beauty of seeing beyond one's own limited perspective. The town, forever grateful to their sage, flourished in unity and understanding, their hearts and minds forever open to the endless possibilities of truth.